to come to a part of the show now, and I like to take and each week tell a little tip. Well, there's a bait here that I had a guy text me a question about, and it's called the Trapline Ripknocker. So if you look at this, this is a Jinko bait, and as we told last week, Jinko actually got them on my hat tonight. So my hat's off to these guys for joining the Direction family, and we're glad to be a part of your team as well there at Jinko. And so these guys, you know, make a lipless bait, which is kind of like a trap bait, you know, like a rattle trap or the red-eyed shad, and it's called the Ripknocker. And they also make a bait that's called the Trapline Ripknocker. And if you look at this bait, it's a little unique compared to a standard rattle trap or, you know, or a lipless trap bait. So, Christopher, will I be able to zoom in on this, or can I walk over to the camera? Or, okay. So the thing with this bait is, and here's the little package, Trapline. Step back. Get in the light there. How about that? We good there? All right. So this is a Trapline Ripknocker. Well, what's unique about this bait is if you look, it doesn't have any hooks on it like a lipless crankbait does. So they make this, the Ripknocker, with hooks on it as well. But this particular model is the Trapline Ripknocker. And the reason for this is you can actually take this bait, and so when you're fishing this lipless bait and you're reeling it, one of the common things that happens with a lipless bait is they're heavy. So when you hook up with a bass and he has this in his mouth and he comes up and jumps, he gets this bait and he can sling this heavy bait around, and all flying through the air goes your bait, into the water goes the fish, and you lose him. So Jinko came up with a lipless bait like this that actually has a hole in the bait. You actually take your line and it goes through it, and you tie the treble hook off below this bait. So now there's a single treble hook on this bait. And what is awesome about this is now when that fish comes up to jump, this bait just slides up the line and he jumps, and this bait's flopping up here. It doesn't give him the leverage to throw this bait nearly as easy. The other big advantage to this bait, you know, along with it not having a hook in the back like this, is now when you're fishing it through grass and that, it comes through the grass tremendously well, because you got that single hook down there. You're able to just kind of rip it through there and bring it right on through the grass. So to answer the question that I believe it was Steve Hammer sent to me is what is the purpose for the Trapline Ripknocker? That is the purpose of it. It is to hook up with more fish and not lose as many fish, because they don't have the leverage of shaking the bait, right, you know, this heavy bait right in their mouth. They don't shake it as much to throw it, and that you can pull it through the grass a whole lot better. So if you, you know, if you get a little bit of time, go to Jinko Fishing and look up this bait. If you want to purchase one of them, we have a discount code. It's The Direction TV, and I believe you get 15% off your orders when you go to Jinko for that. So check out the Trapline Ripknocker, neat bait. It's got a, you know, it's got a unique purpose, and but just wanted to answer Steve Hammer's question on that bait. So a great bait. Of course, it comes in a multitude of colors. If you look right here, I've got, you know, here's a stack of them there, black and chrome, gizzard shad, you know, a fire tiger color. The name of it is, let's see, amphibian. And then, of course, you know, good old red, and you can't get any better than red. And this color here is Texas crawl. So anyway, just a little fishing tip of the week right there. I like to throw that bait on on this rod right here, which is my 7.6 medium heavy. This is one of the Denali's Covert Lights. It's a cranking rod. Love this rod right here. Great for getting good leverage, make good long casts. And when you're throwing a lipless bait like this, it's about getting it out there as far as you can and just getting a good long retrieve. So, but anyway, there's my little fishing tip of the week.